Hello princesses! Today I'm going to be talking about the Pieu Heart on Cheek blushes. I picked these up because they are heart-shaped blushes. Think about the Instagram flat lays, think about how cute these are and just how adorable they are in a heart shape in general. I wasn't particularly thrilled with the colour selection or what they sort of like show the colour selection to be because like you can see there's a lot of orange tones. Your girl doesn't do orange at all. But I'm happy to say that there's only one shade that I really don't like. So I'm considering this a win for everybody involved right now. I also apologize for this video because I did have to change foundation halfway through. So I just finished filming this one and doing the rest of my makeup. But the original foundation that I was using was just really bad and it was making the blushes look really bad. And they're not really bad, so I literally took all of my base off and applied a better one. So I do apologize for the start of this, it's not good. So the product description says, natural and lovely look, it melts on your cheeks. Mellow texture makes your cheeks lovely with sweet colour. So the packaging of these blushes is absolutely gorgeous. That was definitely what drew me in. They have the heart-shaped containers and when they twist up, they still twist up in the heart shape, which I think is really, really cool. The twisting mechanism is really great. I haven't had any issues with it, even though it is that unusual shape. I think they're amazing. There are 5 colours in the range. Unfortunately, 3 of them are orange, which, like, why? There's so many oranges. They don't have like a light pink, although one of the oranges is a really nice peachy tone, so that's kind of standing in for the baby pink. But I'm looking for like this kind of pink, not that kind of pink. So I'm going to start out with the lightest shade, which is OR02, which is Chiquita. And I'm going to start by putting a little heart. So I'm going to use my fingers to blend it in on this side, and it's hopefully going to give me some colour to my cheeks because I'm looking dead today. Honestly, this foundation, it's not doing it for me. I look like, yeah, Halloweenish. Not good. So for the second side, I'm actually going to rub my finger on the top of the heart shape, and then I am going to apply it in a dabbing motion like that, rather than trying to blend it around once it's already on the skin. So this is the shade Chiquita. I do not mind this shade. I don't think it looks that good on my skin personally. It's a little bit too much of like that yellow orange, but it's okay. I think this shade in general is really pretty. I just don't think it's pretty on me. So this is what my cheeks look like. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see it on the camera or not, but for me what I can see is there is a line of foundation there where it's starting to actually take the foundation off, and you can see quite a few of the little scars and freckles underneath the blush on this side because the foundation has been blended off. However, on this side it is much nicer, yet there's still a little bit of shine that's been taken off. Not shine, there's a little bit of foundation that's been taken off, what am I talking about? But it does have a really nice shine, I think that's what I was thinking. And it makes my skin look really healthy, and you can't see the foundation moving on the side of my face. Oh no, this is going poorly. This foundation does not want to cooperate. And if you're wondering, it is the Simul Overaction Rabbit foundation cushion. So the second shade is CR01, which is Booyah. This is actually a really pretty coral shade. It's a really nice pinky coral. It's not too far on the orange side. So for this side, I'm going to show you what it looks like with using a brush applicator. I totally don't recommend this, but we're going to do it anyway. So I'm going to dip the brush onto the top, and then I'm going to lightly dust it over my cheeks. This is why I don't recommend it. So the colour is really pretty, but this is really just like really removing the foundation from underneath. Even though I still don't recommend applying these with brushes because it just doesn't look quite as nice, you end up with brush strokes. It does also take away some of the foundation coverage, not as much as this is doing, but still not great. On the other side, I'm going to show you how it applies with using a cushion puff. So I'm going to tap the cushion puff onto the top of the blush, and then I'm going to very lightly tap that onto my skin. Do not drag it because, I mean, you may as well use a brush if you're going to drag it. It's just silly. But this gives a really light wash of colour, and if you have the foundation on the puff still, it's not going to remove as much of your foundation because it's going to be kind of depositing it at the same time. I'm going to do a second layer because you can't see that much of it. If you want more, just press and tap harder or do a couple layers. That's too much. Blend it away. So this is C-R-O-1 Booyah. I think that it's a really pretty colour. I think that it looks really nice and natural. It's not too orange of a coral, and for that I am thoroughly grateful. So this is what the brush side looks like. I did pat some of the cushion over top so it didn't look quite as tragic, but you can see that there is definitely less coverage, and you can totally see a line there. That is where the foundation is and where the foundation is not. This is the side that I used the cushion on. I think that it is actually a lot nicer of a blend, and once I put powder on the top you won't see kind of like some of those awkward blended lines there. I can also use my fingers to pat that out, but I think I'm actually going to change foundations real quick because it's not doing the blushes justice at all. Like, it's making my life difficult, so bear with and I'll be back. Okay, so we're back and we're looking a lot better. This foundation is the Etude House Double Lasting Serum Foundation. I have it in the shade, where's the shade gone? Y03, which is ivory. The review for this is coming up in December, and yeah, obviously I like it because it was my go-to. Look at the dewiness, look at the colour, so yellow. I gotta stop doing that. So the next shade I'm going to show you is OR01, which is Beep Beep. Like a car horn, beep beep. Cute, whatever. This is a bright tangerine orange shade. Oh, it is not my favourite shade. I can totally appreciate it, and I think if I was wearing the right colours it would probably look good on me, because it's not like, in comparison to the first orange, which was a yellowy based orange, this one is kind of more of a red orange, so it doesn't look as bad. I just don't prefer it. I'm just going to go ahead and use my fingers for this one because I want a sheerer application. So I'm just using the warmth on my fingers to help melt the product into my skin. It's pretty easy. I definitely recommend using your fingers rather than anything else because it just, yeah, it works so much nicer and it leaves way less streaks and marks. So that is Beep Beep on one side of my face. These have very little scent for those who are interested in products that have no scent. I can't smell anything on them, which is kind of nice because I have had some blush products that smelled like really heavily of roses, like Anna Sui products, and it just is like overwhelming. Just a touch more on that cheek. So this is what Beep Beep looks like on my skin. Again, I think that it is really pretty. I think that maybe if I wasn't wearing such a like bright pink like shirt, it wouldn't look as odd. It does look really natural on my skin because my skin is kind of yellow toned. Not kind of, it's very yellow toned. But yeah, this is something that I would wear on like a day-to-day basis if I was wearing like a nude lip, like a stripy t-shirt and jeans. But not something I would wear if I was dressed up in like full himekaje, like pink pastel gear, because it just doesn't work with that. There's a time and a place for everything. So this is what Beep Beep looks like on my skin, and this is what it looks like on a bit of a better foundation base. So you can definitely see that it's blended way better than all of the other shades did, and there's not as much coverage taken away. However, there is definitely some coverage taken away. Like I can see one really like obvious freckle there when I'm looking in the mirror. I know it's there, so I'm looking for it. So it definitely does take away a little bit of the coverage. I wouldn't expect it to be perfect underneath, which is a shame, I think, because if you have lots of scarring on your cheeks, it's probably not going to be a product I recommend for you because it's taking away the coverage. So if you're putting down your base, your concealer, and really working hard to actually cover all of those scars or the acne, this is kind of going to take that away from you. So yeah, you just have, it's not bad, you just have to keep that in mind. VL01 TMI is a really pretty purple shade. This is a pink based purple, which I think looks really nice on my skin tone. I feel like the blue based purples always make me look a little bit funny. I'm going to keep applying these with my fingertips because that is my preferred method of application. I know that I'm going to get a good application by doing this. And yeah. This shade is quite sheer and you do have to build it up, so you can see me frequently going back into the blush. I'm just swiping my fingers across the top of it, so I'm not picking up that much because I do want to build it up gently. But that is what one side looks like. So it is a nice pretty flush. Something that I really like about these blushes that I don't know if I have already said, I don't think I have because I was busy like struggling with my face before, is that they leave a really dewy finish. So being a cream product, sometimes you can get a really thick creams that leave a very matte finish. These are definitely not like that. If you're using your fingers to apply them, they are a really thin texture, which is really nice if you like a dewy base. Obviously the base that I have underneath, which is the serum foundation, has a dewy base anyway, so putting a matte blush on top is going to look strange. So this works really, really well with my skin because I prefer a dewy base most times. So this is what shade TMI looks like on my skin. I think this is a really pretty colour. It's more like a pink with a hint of purple rather than like purple. You can even see from the outside packaging. The outside packaging is really good and it actually like totally reflects what is on the inside as well, which I think is really cool. So this is TMI up close. You can definitely see some purple tones, but it's not making my skin look weird. It's not looking like I'm trying to like colour correct my skin. It suits really well and it actually ties in quite nicely with this lipstick. This is the Face Shop Gelato lipstick. This is in the shade Cherry Mousse, but I've just applied it really lightly because I need to take it off and reapply the other ones. Oh, this foundation is a godsend. I'm going to be using it for all of my swatches in the future, I think, because look how easy it is to reapply. It blends so nicely and I don't get that weird ring around my eye, which I sometimes get. The last shade I'm going to be showing you is PK01, which is called Stressy. Like stressed out, stressy. I don't know. This is a really pretty rosy pink shade, which is why I'm doing it last, even though in the swatches I think I switched the purple and the pink around. I actually prefer this pink shade over the purple. I think that this is probably my favorite shade in the range. So I'm going to see if this one's going to make a nicer heart shape on my cheek for me. Come on, come on, we need it for the gram. Ah, that's close enough. I'm going to struggle to blend this out now, so I'm actually going to be using the cushion puff that I've been using to apply my foundation with, so I'm going to blend it out using that, which actually works so well, honestly. Ah, look at that pink flush. This is such a natural like flush look of colour, but it's not red. I always find that the really dark reds make me look like unnaturally flushed, like I'm trying to look naturally flushed, but it doesn't really work that way. So this is PK01 Stressy. It does look probably the most natural on my skin, I think. It's not too pinky of a pink, it's definitely like a rosy pink. I just think it looks so cute, and yeah, it's definitely my favourite shade. So unsurprisingly, I actually really love these blushes. I'm still wearing PK01 Stressy on my cheeks. So cute. I didn't set that much with powder because I didn't really feel like I needed to. It's not a sticky finish, but I definitely do have a little bit of that dewy shine at the moment, which I am all about. I love that these are heart shaped. I think that that is the biggest draw for me, for sure. Like, I've never had heart-shaped blushes before, but I just think that these are absolutely adorable. I love that you can make like a little heart print on your face. That's going to be great for Instagram. They look great in photos, and the colours are really nice as well. The only colour I don't like is OR02, which is Chiquita. That is the lighter orange colour. That's my personal preference. It doesn't mean the colour isn't very good in general, I just don't like it. So I would definitely recommend these for most princesses. I think the only ones I wouldn't recommend them for is anyone who needs a really heavy coverage to start with on their base, because like you saw in the video, it does start to blend away the bottom of your base foundation if you're not careful or if you're not using the right base. So the original base I was using was the Sem cushion, and this is like a more heavy coverage, and I just found that it looked really bad because you could see where the coverage had come off, and really clearly you could see the line where the coverage was starting. So that's the reason that I wouldn't recommend this to anybody who needs a really full coverage base. However, if you're really sneaky about your application, so if you use your cushion puff that's already had the product on it, it does help a lot. But if you're using a dry matte foundation, it's not going to blend as well as if you use a silky like serum like foundation like I used, which is why I chose the Etude House foundation for this to go over, because I knew it would work because it's got that nice dewy, soft, smooth, lovely texture. So I definitely enjoy using these products, and they are definitely going to be ones that I'm going to keep. Love them. I think they are absolutely adorable, and I would definitely recommend them as long as you don't need really heavy coverage, or if you need heavy coverage and you don't care about it removing a little bit of the coverage, then go for it. I think they're adorable. I would also love if Pieu would make some more colours, because 5 is not enough, especially when 3 of them are orange. Thank you guys so much for watching this review, and I will see you next time. Bye!